Jurassic World Rebirth appears July 2025. Is this movie any good? Should you watch it? Spend 10 to 15 bucks on it? Let me give you my opinion on it coming up next. So, Jurassic World Rebirth, I read that this is the 4th Jurassic World movie. It's the 7th overall Jurassic Park movie. It's been 32 years since the original Jurassic Park, the Steven Spielberg classic. And this movie will remind you of that. These characters return to the original island where species have run amok and mutated and no one goes there. Effectively, these areas where dinosaurs exist around the tropics of the equator are banned, and governments criminalize anybody going into those zones. But that doesn't stop a pharmaceutical company, and the particular representative of it here wants to get blood serum from 3 different gigantic dinosaurs, hiring a small crack team of paleontologists and Scarlett Johansson and Mahershala Ali to go get the blood serum, risking their lives and risking criminal charges for like 10 million bucks a piece. Now, the trailer I felt was misleading because there's 2 parts to this movie. One is the crack team of scientists secretly going to the island, and the other part is a sort of quasi-nuclear family who's just sailing across the Atlantic, and they get wrecked by a dinosaur, picked up by the pharmaceutical team, separated from the pharmaceutical team when they get to the island. And then there's really 2 storylines as each try to survive Dinosaur Island. They're shipwrecked on it. They need to get a boat or a plane or something to get off. And we'll see if nuclear family with no weapons and no ability to navigate the jungle can get through it. I bet they can. I basically told you everything. You know, the first 40 minutes is set up and water adventures. The last 2 acts of the movie are stranded on the island and a bunch of people running around and getting chased by monsters. This movie effectively does everything that every other Jurassic Park movie does, including rehashing the original almost too much. No, too much for sure. David Kopp, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce his name, wrote the original movie, wrote this movie. I don't know, did they just get the original script to put it in a copy machine and give it to the movie studio? Because there's a lot of rehashing of the gags and the chase sequences of the original. Too uncanny, but we do live in the age of the rehash and the retread where 80s and 90s fare is being recycled and thrown right back at us almost bit for bit. We're going to have a Naked Gun sequel real soon. I just almost can't wait to see what that does. No. So basically the movie does rehash everything you've seen in all the Jurassic Park movies, but especially the first one with children being chased by terrible raptor-like dinosaurs. And unfortunately it felt very stupid at the end of the movie. It is a lame entertainment. Unfortunately, by the way, director Gareth Edwards, I went to this because he directed it. I think he's done decent work. The Creator and Godzilla, these are okay, sometimes thoughtful in parts movies, some aesthetic interest in them. I did not find either of those here. In fact, the movie wants to moralize about pharmaceutical companies being too greedy and open sourcing drugs. Once you find a drug and discover a drug that can save everybody, or a lot of humanity, people with heart disease, you got to open source it instead of profiting from it. That's one, if not the only, ideological message in this movie. Otherwise, you get people being chased by dinosaurs while eating Snickers and Altoids. This movie is sponsored by the Mars Company, just so you know. Scarlett Johansson and Mahershala Ali are in this. They could give this some grounding and definitely give it some charisma some of the time, but they're only in it for like half the movie, while this other plot line with the sort of quasi-nuclear family runs around the island by themselves. Thus, Johansson and Ali, they should be in this movie a lot more. I think hiring them, that's like, you know, with Ali, I love Ali. I mean, that's like Miles Davis being hired to play in your high school pep band. I mean, what a waste. Although he's definitely pumped up for this. He looks real big, and I think he could be in the remake or rehash of Predator. All in all, pretty much with some lame CGI at some of the time, in my opinion. Shouldn't have that these days. I could not recommend this to anybody, not even if you're stranded on a desert island, only had one movie, and it was this movie. I still wouldn't watch it. Of course, that's all my opinion. What do you think of Jurassic World Rebirth? Let us know in the comments, and please subscribe to this channel for more great content. Thank you, and have a great day.